Alright people, welcome back to the channel. I know it's been a while since I've given you guys a movie review, and this week the highly anticipated Captain Marvel has come out, so I'm going to give you guys my thoughts on it, so let's get it.
Welcome to the Kaiba Show.
Alright, so Captain Marvel is starring Brie Larson, Ben Mendelsohn, Samuel L. Jackson, and Jude Law, and is directed by Anna Bolden and Ryan Fleck. And basically the premise of this movie is we have Carol Danvers, who's played by Brie Larson. She's an Air Force pilot, and she basically loses her memory in this mission that she took where a ship blows up, and she's basically caught in between an intergalactic war between two alien races. And let me start off by saying this, what worked for the movie. There was some pretty decent action sequences in the movie. Nothing like crazy stellar where you're going to be like, you know, jaw-dropping moments where like it was like, oh shoot, that was, you know, awesome, fantastic. There was some entertaining action scenes that will keep your, you know, your interest peaked. But other than that, they weren't spectacular. I expected a little bit more, especially since this is like the 20th Marvel movie in the MCU. The storyline was pretty okay. Wasn't the best storyline that I've seen from Marvel, but it was pretty okay. And I felt like the visuals could have been just a little bit better. There was some good visuals with Carol when she donned her full potential powers. So I just felt like the visuals was okay. And Ben Mendelsohn as the villain, he like stole the show. He just embodied that character, and I feel like a lot of people are going to agree with me on that he was the life of the movie. I think when you go see this movie, you're going to love every aspect of his character in this movie. He's actually a really great actor, and he really plays a villain down to the T, and I feel like when you guys see this movie, you're going to agree with me that, to be honest with you, he was probably the best part of this movie. And I felt like those were the elements that worked for the movie. Storytelling was okay. Action sequences, excuse me, were pretty decent. And Ben, he did a really good job as the villain in this movie without giving too much away. And I feel like that's what worked for the movie. All right, so what didn't work for the movie? One of the major letdowns of the movie for me was basically there's quite a few actresses that they weren't believable in their roles. Brie Larson did a better job than what a lot of people are saying on the internet, but still, she didn't 100% fit the role as Carol for me. And her best friend, I felt like her acting was a bit of a lackluster too. I didn't really feel the emotions from her best friend in the movie, Maria, like how I felt like we should have. There's this one scene in particular where I felt like the emotions that they should have given us was written backwards, and when you see the scene, some of you might get what I'm trying to say, but I just felt like there was a lot of people that was casted for certain roles that shouldn't been casted because they didn't bring their A game to the roles. I mean, a lot of people were saying that. I think I read somewhere that Emily Blunt should have been a better choice, and I could definitely see Emily Blunt like solidifying that role for this movie over Brie Larson. She didn't do a horrible job, people. I just felt like there's certain scenes in the movie that she just didn't come off as Captain Marvel to me. She just wasn't believable in that role, and it kind of was a letdown for the movie and kind of dragged the movie down a little bit for me because, like I said, this is the 20th movie in the MCU lineup, if I'm not mistaken with my numbers. So I just felt like this movie needed to come really, really hard, especially leading up to Avengers Endgame. So that was something that was really, really a letdown for me in this movie, was some of the acting. That basically is what didn't work for the movie for me. Alright people, so overall, with that being said, on the Kaiba scale of 1 to 10, I'm going to give this movie a 7.5. The movie is definitely entertaining. It's not a horrible movie. Is it a letdown? Yes, because Marvel's track record right now, like, they're winning. And if I had to choose a side between Captain Marvel and Wonder Woman, I'm going to say Wonder Woman was the better movie because it embodied everything that I need in a superhero movie. Good storytelling. I like the action sequence. The end fight scene in Wonder Woman could have been a little bit better, but it was still definitely more epic. And the acting from everybody in Wonder Woman was definitely way better. So overall, if people are really making this a battle between Marvel and DC, I feel like DC won this one. So this movie is still worth probably buying on Blu-ray if you're a fan of these movies. And it's definitely worth seeing in theater on the big screen. Is it really worth nighttime prices? I don't think so. So I definitely think go check it out during the day so you get the matinee prices. But I just feel like Marvel needed to come a little bit harder because they set the bar so high right now. They're winning on like levels like people didn't even think of. That's like now we expect you guys to give us nothing but your best. And I just felt like leading up into Avengers Endgame, this movie for me was definitely a letdown. And it wasn't what we've been getting with Black Panthers and the Infinity Wars and Civil War. Like Captain America Civil War was awesome. And even Spider-Man Homecoming. So, yeah, with that being said, like I said, on a scale of 1 to 10, on the Kaiba scale of 1 to 10, I'll give this movie a 7.5. So if you like what you see and you want to see more, please subscribe to the channel. Hit the bell button so that you get notified every time I upload a video. And hit that like button and leave a comment at the bottom.